Welcome to Small Eyes Big Dreams, Season 3, Episode 4.
With
Oh,
my
it's episode 4 already.
Yeah.
yes, episode 4 with my damn cool hat.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I
whatever.
mean, it's been 4 months since we last recorded, but
Yes.
I think it's quite acceptable as, we're in for me and Ding, we're in IB, and it's supposed to be the most busiest part.
Yes, it's all on them. I always was trying to film another one, but they were like, no.
I actually never heard
Really?
of that, but okay.
It's,
Yeah.
it's really to
Yeah,
them,
Minion-
not me. Yeah.
I guess. Sure. Okay, how are your guys' summer breaks? I mean, that's the first thing I can think of, I guess. This episode.
For me, it's like, it's just work. It's not a packed schedule, but still, it's a very systematic schedule where I can get
For
things
me-
done.
It's like play. I don't know. I really did no work. Like, I did zero work.
I mean,
this
you
weekend.
don't really have to do much work, and
Yeah, because I'm a sophomore, but no, but I'm a junior now, so I have to get ready for my junior year. So mentally, I don't know, I have to be mentally prepared for the junior year because it's going to be more busy. So for my mental preparation, I just played Zelda, the new one, so good. Did you guys
Okay.
try the new?
no, I
No.
don't play Zelda.
Oh, Johnny said that he's been working all summer, man. Also me technically. I'm at camp in Taiwan right now for another week and a half, so doesn't really. Yeah, but actually, I was gonna ask John, you want to share your schedule to everyone because it's a pretty intense schedule, right?
No, it's not an intense schedule, but
I mean,
because
yeah,
it's
go ahead.
basically you do work around so you in the morning you do one work for 1 hour and you read
That's
two
intense
books.
already.
You
That's
read
intense already.
you read 2 books for
Right.
each 1 hour, and then you have lunch, and then you work for 4 hours, and then until 6 you have dinner, and then the rest of the night is free. It's a free time. It's like 5 hours free time. So
Really?
that's for every day. And then if you keep doing that schedule, you'll eventually, for me, I'll end up reading 12 books, which is what I
12
really
books.
like. But for lots of
Dang.
people, I think they can do double this because I read really slowly. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I wake up at 12, so
Oh.
late start,
Yeah.
and then play Zelda for 2 to 3 hours, and I get kind of hungry, so eat something. And before I eat something, I hit gym
Oh.
for 40 minutes, and then
Oh.
eat something,
Oh.
and then watch a movie. I've watched all movies, like Spider-Man. I watch all new movies.
Yeah.
I had so much time, so I finished all good movies. There were so much good movies this break, especially.
I know. Yeah.
So I finished all movies and played a little more Zelda because Zelda, they require 50 hours of playing time. So I do a little more Zelda, watch more YouTube, and sometimes hang out with my friends, and I go sleep.
Interesting.
That's it.
Interesting.
I don't know. I
Nice.
feel like it's sort of the situation where two of your friends are on diets and then you're just munching down on ice cream in front of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's my
man.
situation.
I've stuck to kind of the same schedule as John. I think I wake up at 7:30 most days.
Really?
Maybe earlier, and then I usually take a cold shower. Not 'cause
Cold shower.
yeah. It just kickstarts my day kind of.
Mhm.
So I've been sticking to that for around a month, and my schedule's not as like ordered as Johnny's, but I think on a regular day, like excluding camp, I usually work for 5 to 6 hours, and then usually nighttime I just do whatever, or I have like kind of leisure time in
Mm,
that case, and
yeah.
it's not too bad because in Taiwan, in Taiwan, I can order all of my meals because society here, since it's more advanced, it's like food here's ordered food's pretty cheap here, so that's not really a hassle for me anymore. Yeah.
Isn't it good enough in the Philippines too? But it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Or why?
Usually in the Philippines, we have like culturally we have like helpers that prepare our food. So I think in that case it's easier. But like for me, like eating in the Philippines just kind of became boring, and then
Yeah.
because
It's
I
the same
eat
thing.
like the same meals every
Yeah,
day.
it's the same
So
thing.
yeah.
Yes,
So I feel
yes. You eat the same thing every day. Same thing. Like your lunch is always the same. You pack lunch and it's like always the same thing.
oh, you're saying me?
Yeah, you. Same lunch. Same
I mean,
like
I mean, yeah, but I feel like you guys would also have the same experience, like going to Korea from the Philippines. Don't you guys feel like your appetite's way bigger?
mm, yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sort
it
of.
is. Mm,
It is,
yeah.
dude. But you're not even in Korea right now. You're in the
No, I'm
Philippines.
just reminiscing,
Oh,
or like the winter or the last summers. Of course. There's so much.
Big word.
Yes, yes.
Reminiscing.
You know, that's one of the reasons I read books. I love
That's
how, sentences are structured sometimes. And then when I read the book, it's like, damn, I want to write like that. I want to use those words. You know.
interesting.
Yeah, that's what I really want to do. So after I read an author or someone, I tend to try to mock their writing style, and then try to learn
Mm,
from that. Do you guys have any things like that? Or
me? Oh, I read Harry Potter
yeah.
this right because like I never read Harry Potter before. So I was like, why are people so crazy about this book?
it's crazy about.
And yeah, the Harry Potter, like some people are really crazy about
Yeah.
the book.
How was it?
And it was good. It was good.
Not
But it wasn't like insane. It wasn't like insane, but it was like okay.
Isn't it really long though?
Yeah, it's long. I finished the first two.
Damn.
So,
I see.
I think
but
the
like
first time Harry Potter was when I was 7 or 8. I just listened to all of the books like consecutively.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty interesting though. Like for
yeah, it is.
Oh.
It is. But I prefer the movie.
Oh.
the movies, really, that's
Yeah, over the
Oh,
books.
that's
Because
blasphemy.
that's
But
my first impression about Harry Potter.
Yeah, of course.
Like the movies. Because like it's not like I've read books then watched movies. I watched movies first, then read books. So I don't know.
Mm-mm.
For me, movies are better.
I think for me it's the other way around. But I don't think I engage in the same thing Johnny does, like of reading for the sake of it. I don't really like reading that much. In this break, what I've been doing actually is because Taiwan's such a nice like city to walk around, especially at night, I feel. So I've been searching up podcasts on Spotify, not Small Eyes Big Dreams,
Yeah.
but other podcasts, and I've just been listening to podcasts. And like if I wanted to say something, I'd probably say that like I want to mimic their podcast styles, because one thing I noticed from like professional podcasters are that like the guests talk for a really really long time, and when the podcast host replies, it's pretty short, and like we don't have the same kind of dynamic here because we're
I guess,
technically not
yeah.
in our
Yeah.
podcast. But I kind of want to mimic that role in terms of just listening more and speaking less, I think.
Oh,
Mm.
I mean, we could invite more guests. That would be fun,
Yeah,
actually.
but like normally
Yeah.
in podcasts, there are no three hosts. It's too
I
much.
know, I know.
Like normally there's one or two hosts, two
Yeah,
hosts in max,
yeah.
mostly.
No. I was watching one podcast between three friends. It was three people. I think the difference is we have to share the screen time between all three of us.
Aren't they all in real life too?
No,
No.
those are online podcasts actually.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I
that's
see. I
interesting.
see.
Yeah. One of the people in there is like a medical student in Cambridge.
Mm.
And then the other one's like on the other side of the world. I think he's a photographer, and the other one's like like a semi-famous YouTuber. So it's like it's a weird dynamic,
Yeah, it
but they
is.
made it work.
You know what? That's going to be us like in 2 years maybe. Like we do all different stuff.
Mm-mm.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like we might be, in the same school, but like there's more chance of us not going into the same school, probably
Mm.
doing different stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
So, what do you guys think you guys will, path away to?
Huh?
Like
Pardon?
go go to like which career do you think you will,
Oh, I for me, like subjectively,
yeah,
I would try to do music
yeah.
and probably fail and acknowledge the fact at like 29, age
Yeah.
of 29, and probably get a job at 30.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know after that. Like
That's a whole
that's as far as I can
That's
think.
a pretty specific plan, man.
yeah. So
Maybe it's
failure
not a
is part of
plan.
your
It's
plan,
not a plan. It's not a plan. It's more like I think I'm gonna be like that. I don't know.
I see. But you would still try.
Yeah, I'll still try because like I will regret myself if I don't because this is what I want to do. But
Yeah.
I know it's really hard to have a successful career in music. You know,
Yeah.
it's not only about like how good you are. You also need a lot of luck to
Yeah.
succeed in these kind of areas. So I don't think I'm gonna succeed, but still I'm gonna try. Because like, why not? I'm in my 20s, right? I'm in my 20s, so I'll do whatever I want to do. And at late 20s, that's like when you have to wake up, right? Like you have to get a steady job. For your 30s, you gotta, for your kids, if you have one, I don't know. Like, so that's what I think I will, head
I see.
towards to.
I mean, I think it
Um,
depends, because some people like they don't have like a safety net, so they have to work like as soon as they're 18.
Yeah.
Like for us, probably possible. Yeah, I mean, I think my path is a bit more like structured out than Steve's, Johnny. But mine is also kind of risky because I want to go into science.
Yeah.
And like I love learning about science, but I'm just very bad at
Science labs.
I'm very bad at I'm very bad at planning out and like actually executing science. Like
What
I'm pretty good.
especially? What specifically in science, though?
For me I want to do biochemistry or biomedical
I mean,
science.
honestly, if you go into a pretty good school in biochemistry or stuff, that's not really that risky.
No.
'Cause, like-
The type of risk I'm talking about is that I really suck in the lab, and like
Oh,
I'm not sure that it's the correct career path for me because I like talking to people, and I like kind of helping out people, but I don't know what I'll be able to do in the lab. But if I want to get like a PhD in science, I need to be in the lab. Because one
Yeah,
of the
of course,
career
yeah.
options I was thinking, apart from being a doctor or physio is, why don't I become a PhD and like become like a professor? Because I feel like that would be a pretty cool job. I don't know, just with
I mean, I would
students.
love
But
to see my friend, you know, as a doctor or a professor. It would be nice. I could just go around and say, I got a friend, professor.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
And
I mean,
actually though, it's something that you
yeah,
can
yeah,
brag about. Like, you got a smart
maybe,
ass friend.
maybe, you know,
mm-mm.
actually cool.
But
Yeah.
I feel like a professor that's a job where you can do after you retire from your main job, you know.
Oh yeah,
My
that's
my my dream
But
career.
but it's kind of different now, like, because like mostly like a long time ago, like 20, 30 years ago, it was normally a retirement job, but now a lot of people become professors first and then get scouted later on. Like, that's also the
mm,
case.
Uh,
maybe.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
like
but
it's like not really, you know.
mm-mm. But then it also happens in the other way. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it
they get
happens in
scouted
both
to be a
ways.
professor in a good university. I mean, that's a really cool job in my opinion. Like as a chill job in your
Yeah.
late
Uh-huh.
years. But what was I gonna say? I think most careers need luck. Like for example, even business, I feel like it needs lots of luck. Just like
Yeah.
Yeah,
music.
of course.
And I don't know, some part of me wants to be an entrepreneur, but then some part of me doesn't want to be. I think don't you ever wanted to be an entrepreneur? No, not really.
I
Me?
really
No.
want to be an entrepreneur. No, he asked me, Steve.
Oh.
Because I think I
um
remember I'd be tripping. I don't know. Were you?
um yeah, I think a lot of people who are
Yeah.
somewhat oblivious have at least thought about it once. Because I remember like a specific time I was watching a show called Shark Tank, which
Ah,
is like
yes,
a
yes.
entrepreneurial show. Probably every week I was watching it, and I feel like it gives you a really one-sided view of entrepreneurship. Like it shows all of the positive sides, and
Mm,
they do mention the negative sides, but like upon looking into it and like knowing myself more, I'm not a person who deals super well with uncertainty.
yeah.
I'm learning to cope with it more as a person, and trying to grow from like just being uncertain. But like if I had to graduate out of college and like start my own business instantly without, a
Mm-mm.
fallback, then I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know. I don't feel like I'd be at my best state of working, or that necessarily suits me. But it could be a possible career option after I have, a
Some
job, or
experience.
yeah, some experience. So I'm not saying no to it, but I
Yeah.
don't think I have enough experience under my belt to really give a good opinion on it yet. Yeah.
It's like it's it might be a lottery or it might be like a total failure. I feel
I
like.
mean, this this advice is just like only for Johnny because he's a Korean. Because like as a Korean, it's easier to start a business in Korea, obviously, because you got citizenship over here, right?
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do business in Korea, it's really, really hard for someone who has nothing to succeed. Like, you need something at least. Like, you need a dad or a mom who's already successful, so they know people,
You
like
have a network.
connections with people in Korea is like double important. It's like
Mm.
important because it's a very small country. So the successful ones are connected to successful ones, like more than like any
Mm.
other country because it's very small. So in Korea, you need a huge, insane amount of luck to succeed if you
I
have
Hmm.
see.
nothing.
Yeah,
If
I
you start
think
So
from
it's
the
that's
bottom.
really true.
like, yeah, if you start from the bottom, if you have nothing, like that's what I'm saying. Like, you the first thing that you need probably to succeed in Korea is a great connection with like whatever friends or someone. Like you need to know some, you know, politicians probably.
I mean,
I mean, I need to know,
that might be for many
right?
countries. That might be. I
Yeah,
mean,
like as a Korean,
it's
it's
more.
easier, yeah, to
Mm,
start up a business in Korea. So, and my dad told me at at least it's 50% luck. The most, I mean, however hard you work, 50% would always be luck. So
interesting.
like you try your best and you leave it up to God. And if you
Well,
fail, you fail.
I thought you
And if
didn't
you,
believe in God.
Steve's still
I
deciding.
mean,
He's
Oh,
still deciding.
I'm deciding. I'm deciding.
I
It's a
see.
big statement if I say like I believe in someone. It's so it takes time. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
so I think luck is a very crucial component in a successful business management, but people really don't talk about that and YouTube and stuff people because the failures don't talk in YouTube.
That's
Mm-mm.
true.
Okay, they normally don't talk in YouTube. They just whip in their room.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
or like
yeah.
bathroom. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I I
so
think
that's why people think business is so easy these days, especially like all people are trying to do something, but
Mm-mm.
it's really hard to build up a successful business management with the stability. Like you could do okay, you could go well for like year or two, but
Yeah.
like having a 10-year successful business, like that's something different. It's really
Mm.
hard. And a lot of successful, I don't know, YouTube business, I don't know, a businessman, they could be going well for 2 to 3 years, but like after 5 years, 6 years, most of them, I'm gonna say like most of them, like at least half of them are gonna fail because that's where a lot of business collapse. Like when they are going well, they normally don't go well for like 10-year duration. It's normally like 2 3 years. So
really.
they yeah,
Yeah.
because like
Because the market
that's what
changes, the economical,
differentiates. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
the
differentiates
economy.
a good company and a mediocre company. Like
Mm.
you know,
And how they operate too.
yeah,
Sure, sure. I don't know. I think that that's why probably the two biggest like saviors mentally for me when thinking about career and like just uncertainty is like I don't know. I always think that something that's never gonna change are my family and my close friends. Cause like I don't know. I could be like on the other side of the world, like in a desert, like creating like a destroyed business or something.
Yeah.
And I can always still contact the same people. I can contact the same friends. And like in the future, if we still have this podcast, I can still, have my weekly podcast here, whether I'm rich or I'm poor. So that's pretty cool to me. And
Mm-mm-mm.
I think that's what kind of keeps this uncertainty in check. It's the situations are uncertain, but I think for the most part, the people are. If you pick the right people, the people are kind of certain, And
Yeah.
this is cool because we had an episode on uncertainty before. I think, right?
Not
Did we?
sure. I don't
I'm
Not
not
remember.
sure. I
sure,
think
right?
that we probably did though. We probably did.
Uncertainty?
I think.
I'm
I
not sure.
think.
I'm not sure.
I bet though. I bet though. I mean,
You bet
that's
though.
why. That's like how Ding explained. That's why I want to do music because
You have a place to
I
fall
don't think
back.
I'll mind so much if I fail doing music.
Mm.
But like if I fail doing like econ, let's say. Okay, it turns out I wasn't so successful even I went to econ major. Then I'm gonna regret myself so much because I don't even like doing this in the first place and
Yeah.
I fail. So like if I do econ or business it's probably because I want to make a lot of money and I want to be successful. But if I don't, I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? Because like that's like wasting all your 20s and like everything. But if I do music and fail, I don't think I wasted those times. I don't think I will.
Mm.
So that's why I want my career, or like that's what I'm thinking at least, to be music. I want
Music.
it to be music.
Nice.
I want my
And-
20s. I want my 20s to be music because I don't care if I fail or not. If I do
And-
succeed, better.
yeah.
But like,
I think because you mentioned music, we should add a link to one of your songs, in this podcast. Cause why not? 'Cause-
okay,
yeah.
that's good. Okay.
Is it
Because-
published yet?
Um, I have one song on SoundCloud, but I've got 2 more ready, so I'll just publish that tonight,
Yeah.
and then you can listen to 3 songs in total.
I can maybe listen it later on.
Oh yeah, I'll give you guys link. I'll give you guys
Yeah.
the audio file personally too.
Okay.
If it-
Yeah. That's
It's-
cool. That's
It's
cool.
actually really good.
Yeah.
His music, I like it.
Oh, you listened to it before?
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
Oh, I see.
Gracias.
uh, yeah. I don't know.
You don't.
I don't know. I got pretty rusty at doing a podcast. But
Oh, I think we all did.
yeah, I think it's fine though. But
I mean, it's fine, but it was actually better than I expected.
mm,
It's kind of smooth.
oh,
I mean,
see.
kind of rusty. Kind of.
I don't know. I just brought up the topic of careers because the past weeks I've just thinking about careers. Like, is business the right way for me to go? Is what major should I do? Because business, like for example, when you say you went to college to do business, people aren't like, "Wow, really? You did business?" It's not. It's just, "Oh, okay, oh, okay." It's like a normal thing. Like everybody does business, right? So I was doubting myself in that because many people do that, and people would a bit more, praise you or look up to you when you do something else, like a more specific job, let's say law, or let's say, biomed or something, right? And so I don't know, I was just doing more research to kind of justify my path if I do choose business. And so I was searching about like top CEOs, business degrees, like their paths. And the interesting thing is, like 50% of them went to engineering.
Engineering, right?
You're right, yeah. And then the below is economics. And then, did I tell you this thing?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
No,
I did.
no.
I didn't tell it Steve.
You did?
That's why.
Yeah, you didn't tell it to me.
And
So
I-
you never talk in podcasts. It's maybe
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
maybe a private conversation.
and then it was business, it was engineering, and then it was economics, then it was business, and then the below it's like finance, like political science.
I mean, just to be honest, I have my thoughts on that. If you really want to be successful as a businessman, I don't think you should go to a business major.
Why not?
Because the business is not the hard part.
Yeah, business is easy.
The hard part-
the degree.
The hard part is how you create your own idea in a creative way, how you're gonna persuade people. If you see, like, I'll name like all the famous businessmen, like Steve Jobs
Yeah.
went to a philosophy major. Bill Gates, law major. Elon Musk, engineering major. Nobody went to a business major because what they say is business is the easiest one. Like, you don't need to go to a business school to learn
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
So, if you really want to be successful in business, but if you go to business school, it's gonna give you that, safety career. Because, like, you can get a job. Probably. Most likely. But if you want to be like successful businessman, like the CEO, I don't think you should take a business major. Cause like I don't think that's the right way.
No, yeah.
You, yeah, it's more like you
Like if you want
need,
to be an entrepreneur, there's no point. But then, let's
yeah,
say, just to be secure, I wouldn't
yeah.
want
If you
to
want to
do
secure a
business
job,
administration. I would rather go a more specific one. Let's say finance or economics, something like that, and then go to an MBA and then do blah blah. But
MBA.
yeah, that is my goal actually, to go to an MBA,
Oh,
because
so
yeah, based on my research, it does really help a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I'm the only one who's thinking about the undergrads, right?
Oh no, are you also
I'm just gonna finish my 4 years and leave as quick as possible.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I'm still
know,
thinking MBA or another professor. I'm not gonna study for a long time.
Professor, man. That's
But it's
that's
really
what
hard
one of
for
my
foreigners
friends,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what one of my friends did. What you said, he just wanted to get out of college as fast as possible. Right now, he's well, right, he's one of my aunt's colleagues, and then I just got to know him more a few weeks ago, but uh it's kind of crazy how far he went in my eyes, because he told me he was kind of, he just wanted to get out of college. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He also did IB actually. He
mm,
for our IB folks out there watching us, he scored like a 41, 42.
so he
So
was smart
very
already.
high.
Yeah.
Smart. But he went into communications. He went to NYU, and he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. And he like went through many jobs, and in the end, his job had nothing to do with communications.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got into coding actually, and that's how he met. That's how he became friends with my aunt, and then he's now moving to Canada to get married. So, what I got from the conversation really was that people don't know what they're gonna do in, their undergrad. Really, like it's so cliche and everyone says it, but like Steve, you could go into music and like find out that you want to become like a freaking graphic designer. I don't know, or
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know what I'm
Johnny
gonna
could
do.
go into Johnny could go into business school and find out that he wants to be a ballerina. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
What?
completely,
It's a ballerino,
yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, ball.
Change genders too, you know. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can this too.
Yeah.
But it's really, I think that's really the essence of it. So I think though, really taking a business degree, taking like a wide degree, will set you
Yeah.
up for a lot of things. And I think your masters and your, if you want to go into PhD, like I'm thinking, I think your character is what really sets you apart. Maybe it's not as practical if you say it that way. Like your character is what sets you apart. But I feel like there are so many people nowadays with college degrees
Yeah.
and stuff under their name, but a lot of them don't know how to manage themselves or how to be a good person, responsible person, and they don't know how to express what they love or find some passion in their work. So I think if you're really, if you really know yourself, and your line of work is something you like, no matter what your degree is, I think you'll find something,
Right.
and you'll be able to be distinguished for sure. Um,
Yeah. It's like
a wishful thought, might be proven wrong in 10 years.
Yeah. Like so many people. Yeah. So many people go undecided, and also so many people just change their ways inside the college. Like I saw someone who, in Melbourne actually. It's a 3-year course, but then she changed every year her course. She first started accounting, then she went to finance, then she went to marketing, something like that. So it's really, I don't know. But then there are still some part of the world where there's still, conceptions of, you know, the importance of a degree, like certain degrees, the importance of the name value of the universities and stuff. And that's what kind of stresses me out. But at the same time, I know that that's not what it, all matters. But sometimes it's still what it all matters. So it's kind
It's
of,
so
It,
for
it's like
sure.
this. It's like
yeah.
it's not something that all matters, but it does matter. It's something
Yeah, it's
like
like
it does matter, but the extent varies
yeah, yeah,
by situations and like who you are. But you just
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
You just don't
Yeah.
know what's
That's
gonna happen.
that's uncertainty. Some people
Yeah, that's
do.
uncertainty.
Some people, come out really successful even though they went to like a really bad school. Some people don't, and some people come really, not successful even though he went to like Harvard or something. So it's like, I don't know. It kind of motivates me, but it also makes me scared. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the.
the thing is this. I read a book about uncertainty, how people feel like so because like the future's so vague and uncertain, like they're so
Yeah.
worried all the time, like what am I gonna do? And the point is that's how it should be.
Mm,
If you're so clear about your future and you're so stable, you have like zero uncertainties, like or close to zero,
almost impossible.
then you're probably God.
Yeah, almost impossible.
Then you're
As a
probably
human,
God.
as a as a human being, you don't even know what you're gonna do like 2 p.m. tomorrow. What are you gonna do?
Mm.
Like I don't
Johnny,
even know.
I know what I'm gonna do.
I'm
But
after
yeah.
eating lunch or something. So like, like that as a human being, that's one of the things that
Mm.
just should happen.
And
Like you're uncertain about your future. It's the same, but what people don't understand is because they live their own life,
mm,
like it's their life, so they only think they're the only one who's what am I saying? Okay, from the
I
start. I'm
don't
sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so since they're living their own life, they think they're the only ones who are uncertain. Like the successful ones or the ones who you think or who you look up to, they are also having those worries and
Yeah, yeah,
uncertainties.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're also worried about like 2 to 3 days from now. I mean, but since we just know ourselves, right?
Mm,
We just know ourselves, so we just think we're the ones who are only uncertain, which is
Yeah.
not
mm,
okay.
yep, yep.
That's rough. That was rough. Gotta improve my English.
Uh, um,
Gotta read books. That was
um,
tough.
just, just,
Okay.
just for some final, thoughts. After getting to know the philosophy, I actually the past year, I kind of, studied into philosophy,
Mm.
especially existentialism. You know, I think Ding also kind of invested in it, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. But then after knowing these type of different philosophies, like before when these type of uncertainties happen, I always thought it was God's way. It was um God doing the work, and there's always
Mm.
probably meaning behind it. But then the existentialism says that there might be no meaning, and it both makes sense. The uncertainty both is how do you say it, can be solved by saying that it's just meaningless, that the world is just meaningless and it just happened for no reason, or it also happens with meaning, so
Both
it's,
make sense.
yeah,
Both
both
make
make
sense.
sense, right? It's just how you actually view the world. But for me still, I think it's more tilted toward God. That's a better way
Yeah.
to believe it, in my opinion.
For me
I'd like
too.
to add
Because
something.
like if you're yeah, yeah.
No, because there's is the EEM writing on
Yeah,
like exactly is on that same core belief. So Forrest Gump, right?
yeah,
If you guys know the movie Forrest Gump, Forrest is born with an IQ of 70 which is pretty low. He's also disabled as a
Higher than
kid.
me.
Yeah.
But he goes through life with so many random like circumstances. Like because he's disabled, he runs really fast, like away from his bullies who are chasing him. He's just able to sprint like out of the blue one day, and he sprints into the midst of a football game. And because he's so dumb, he couldn't originally get into college, but because they saw him sprinting on the football field, he got into college. I mean, another time he was trying to save his best friend in the Vietnam War,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then his best friend died, but trying to save his best friend, he saved three other people. And just like random events like that got him, for example, the Congressional Medal of Honor. He became a war hero. He became a ping pong champion,
Yeah.
like all towards the end. Originally, like there was this dilemma with his romantic interest, and then eventually they get married, but she dies. And then the end of the movie, he sees him, kind of with with their kid. And then his main takeaway at the end of the movie is that, like, through all these experiences, meeting these people, his mom, his best friend, his dead wife, and his new son, he realized that maybe both philosophies are right. Maybe we're just all floating bubbles in air, and maybe we all have a destiny. That's the conclusion he gets into at the end. And yeah, I mean, if you've watched the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I truly
Nice.
recommend it. But I
I
think,
watched the movie like a couple of times, the
yeah,
Forrest Gump, because it's like one of my favorite movies. Like
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Forrest Gump and Three Idiots, those two are my like lifetime
I,
Mm,
I
favorite.
I love those movies too. And what's
yeah.
funny is we
But
love those movies, but we're very different people, me and you.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, I know. But Forrest Gump, I watched that several times, and the conclusion that I went up to was that there's no meaning in life. And he talks about it in the start of the movie. So that's why you have to watch Forrest Gump at least 2 times, because that's when it gets you. Like, life is like a chocolate box. That's when it gets you. Like, when you watch the second time, you know what he is talking about. Life is like a chocolate box. You never know what you're gonna get. And like, if I choose let's say a swirl shaped chocolate, is there meaning? Like, hey, I don't know. If I choose a shell shaped chocolate, is there a meaning? If I choose a square shaped chocolate, is there a meaning? No, but you just get them.
Yeah.
Life is like a chocolate box. That's what he's talking about. So this movie actually is more focused on about what was it called?
Existential.
Existentialism?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Existentialism.
anyways, yeah, it's that one. Existentialism.
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
existentialism? Okay. I think it's more focused on that because it's
Yeah.
so random, right? The events are so random.
Mm.
Like, if you think it's about God or destiny, was he did he have a destiny to become a war hero or a ping pong champion or to marry that woman? It's
I know
like
he.
it's no one destiny. It's so random. It's so all over the place. It's
But
more like the movie's more about I don't know. Literally, it's like I don't know. I remember one of the sayings of Plato, or it could be Socrates. Um, at the age of like 50, so he's about to die. At that point, that's like the time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
That's the bye-bye time. And he said, the only thing that I know is that I don't know anything.
I think that is
That's
Socrates.
that's
No, not sure.
yeah, maybe that's Socrates. But he
Yeah.
said that when he was about to die. One
Yeah.
thing I know is I don't know anything after 50 years of thinking.
Yeah.
You know, you that could be the smartest conclusion or the dumbest conclusion. Like, what did you think for if you don't know anything? So he thought for 50, he had like 50 years of thoughts, thinking he doesn't know anything and that's the only thing he knows. But I get what he's saying because you
Yeah.
really don't know anything.
You can't
Like,
possibly know.
You can't, yeah, like there are datas, but there are exceptions. And you never know who's going to be that exception. It could be you or him. You don't know. You never know. So when people say, I know this, I know that, it's more like a lie because they don't know anything. Like something that was right 30 years ago from now could be wrong today. And something right now could be wrong in 30 years.
That's true.
I'm not going to say anything about it. But having no gender, like
Oh.
no gender,
Yeah.
could be right today, but maybe was wrong 30 years ago or 40. That's why they were shutting up. But it's right now, right? It's okay right now, right? So
Yeah.
it's like it changes. The standard changes. The right changes. That's why I say everything is kind of subjective. But at the same time, if you believe in God, there is objective truth.
Yeah.
If you believe in God.
Yeah.
But if you just don't think about God, everything is subjective. Like gravity. What if there's no gravity? What if there's a huge octopus who's like sucking us in? You know? Who knows? Like,
no one knows.
in science, there's no 100%, right? There's always that 0.00001% that goes against that 99.9999%, right? So there's always chance, which means there's no 100%, there's no objective truth, which is kind of, confusing. Because, like, then what are you learning for in the first place if you can't learn anything, basically? Like, you won't know anything at the end, then what are you trying to know?
That is what existentialism actually is card based on. But I think we can talk about that on
Next
the next
time.
episode.
Yes.
I think we really need to work on our podcasting skills
Why?
for the next episode. I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
rusty.
We are. We
Yeah.
are.
And I feel like our
But-
conversations are just unstructured lately, But yeah.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
it doesn't have to be structured, does it?
I don't know.
I think
If you just have fun.
some level, structure.
Yeah.
That way it's easier, I don't know, to listen to or to have the fluid conversation. I don't know. That's just,
And especially this podcast, we didn't have no topic. We had no topic, so it
Yeah.
was more like all over the place. But okay.
It's fine.
yeah.
We're gonna get
But-
better.
Yeah. We'll
I
get
don't
better.
know.
We'll
I
get
wanna
better.
name this episode Uncertainty. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Everything really goes back to uncertainty. That's why.
Uncertainty.
Yeah. Anyways, it was okay. It was a.
It was an alright episode. It wasn't bad.
It was an
I
alright.
think, I think towards the end and maybe the middle, we kind of fell
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Oh.
See ya.
I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Bye.
guys.
I will see you guys.
Yeah.